Hey there, this is Jordan Mayton, owner of the Mayton Real Estate Group, Oregon and Washington real estate brokers. Today's topic, how to build wealth through the 4 pillars of real estate wealth building. Number 1 is tax write-offs. Let's say you make $50,000 a year and you're taxed at 30%. That means your tax bill every single year is $15,000 that you're giving to Uncle Sam, right? Now let's say your rent is $2,000 a month. That's $24,000 a year. For the sake of the video, let's say it's an even 25, okay? Now, let's say you were able to take that 25 grand that you pay in your rent and write it off of what your income at $50,000 is. So the government, instead of taxing you on 50, they're taxing you on 25,000. Instead of paying Uncle Sam $15,000, you're going to pay Uncle Sam $7,500. Now, granted, I think you should talk to a CPA or real estate attorney to make sure we get exact figures for your personal finances, but that's a rough idea of how you're able to save a huge amount of money over time by buying real estate. If we amortize that $7,500 through a 12-month period, I mean, you're talking about saving over $600 a month, right? That's also important when you're thinking about looking at prices of homes. A lot of times people will say, I'm paying $2,000 a month in rent. I don't want to pay $2,000 a month more in mortgage. Well, they're not factoring in that write-off, right? Because in effect, with that example, you'd really be able to afford $2,600 more. And you might be looking at a bunch of homes that really aren't that attractive, but you can jump your price point up significantly by factoring in that write-off. So understanding that and being able to purchase property and understand how that works is critical. Another thing to keep in mind is payoff, right? When you're paying rent, you're not slowly reducing your liability. Over time, you'll slowly pay that loan off until it's zero and you own the property. Now, you might decide to sell it halfway through and move that equity to another property and continue the process, but it still applies. Over time, you are paying the loan down to zero. And so you will have that chunk of money, right? And another thing to think about, of course, is that the prices increase over time. Now, someone's going to say, well, the real estate prices dumped 5 years ago and 10 years ago, and they're going to dump again. And you're right, they are going to go down. But my grandparents bought their house for $25,000, in 1950. Today, that home's probably worth around $500,000. And I bet you in 30 years, it'll be worth over $1 million. And that's how real estate property works. Over time, no matter how it fluctuates, it's going up, right? I want you on that roller coaster. Now, if you're really smart and you want to, get ahead of the curve, why don't we buy a property or buy a duplex where you live in one and rent in the other, or buy a home and after 2 or 3 years, we make that house into a rental property and you buy another home, and every 2 or 3 years, we keep building your rental income so that you're made a millionaire in really a short period of time. In fact, that's the #1 way millionaires are made in the United States. I digress. The 4th reason, of course, is home improvement. With a rental, you might want to put hardwoods down or add on a bathroom, but you're not going to waste money. You don't own the place. When you own the home, you can do what you want to it and make it more beautiful and more enjoyable, and of course, increase the value. So if you're thinking about taking the next step and owning your own real estate, or you want to learn about how to build wealth through real estate and rental properties, or you just have questions or concerns, reach out. I'm always here to be available. My team is on point. We're experts in Oregon and Washington, and we are looking forward to all your questions.